The Fox Texas trio is back to discuss that interview with former Ambassador to NATO Kay Bailey Hutchison. Rudy, Kay Bailey Hutchison said that the U.S. needs to show strength. Has the country been showing strength under the Biden administration?
You know, she was very diplomatic in her answers, but the answer from most of those who I've spoken to under the Pink Dome here in Austin, especially Republicans, is a resounding no, which is why my word is big stick. There's a general understanding that what's needed is a reboot of the old Teddy Roosevelt policy. You know, be tough, carry a big stick. China's pseudo-blockade of Taiwan, Japan buying Russian oil, and the southern border. And those are some huge problems that have got to be addressed.
Greg, also in that interview, we talked about the whole balloon saga. Kay Bailey Hutchison going on the record saying it should have been shot down way before it crossed the entire country. Did the length of time it took to shoot it down, did that show weakness, in your opinion, towards China?
Well, I'm going to speak in general. As Senator Hutchison suggested, the Chinese are watching our support of Ukraine and NATO very, very closely on multiple levels. Call it a likely prelude to America's response if and when China moves on Taiwan or any of our allies in the Pacific. I was intrigued by Hutchison's call for peace through strength. I mean, the Chinese now have the largest navy in the world and clearly are building up their military at breakneck speed to prepare for potential confrontation. I agree with the senator that we would be foolish to ignore that warning sign and fail to substantially upgrade our military capability at every level. Remember the arms race that preceded the collapse of the old Soviet Union. Ronald Reagan initiated a massive American buildup, and in that case it worked, creating the communist superpower and kind of cratering it from within. Most importantly, America stayed out of a global shooting war by projecting strength, which is a concept I suspect the Chinese understand and respect. Call me cautious, but lots of smart people believe if we don't make vigilance and substantial preparation a priority, the Chinese will eat our lunch.
That's a big statement. The Biden administration has been challenged in multiple ways, both here in the United States and abroad. Rudy, which issue, which domestic or foreign, do you think will be the biggest hurdle for President Biden if he chooses to run for re-election?
Well, conventional wisdom says domestic, but it's certainly hard to ignore a train wreck, right? But that was the thought process in the last big election. Remember all of the predictions of the red tsunami because voters were mad about high inflation, crashing retirement funds, and the constant recession denials by the White House. Roe v. Wade, that ruling was the wild card then. That issue was a voter mobilizer for the Democrats. I'm hearing rumblings, this culture war that we're seeing, the issues moving through the Texas legislature and in other GOP-led state houses, could be the new voter mobilizer for Democrats. History, guys, mark this, history may already be repeating itself. Look at the Wisconsin Supreme Court flip that just happened for Democrats a few days ago. Chicago electing another progressive mayor. If Republicans are not prepared for another ballot box pushback, and I don't think anger over 2 more Trump indictments will help them, 24 could be another red wave washout.
Greg, quickly, foreign or domestic will be the biggest issue for Biden if he runs for re-election?
Yeah, during a week when gasoline prices surged on news of Saudi production cuts, it's the economy and inflation. If Biden doesn't get a handle on them, he's in trouble.
That's all the time we have, but you can check out this interview or any of our other interviews by going to our station's YouTube channels. And
be sure and check us out on social media.
Next, the issue is, where are all the gun bills, and will any gun measure make it to the governor's desk? We'll see you next week, and don't forget to let us know what you think the issue is.